Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, welcome to Wiccan Wednesday. I'm out and observing the world. Right above us today is shining our mystical Sun Lord coming through the clouds. He's looking so amazing. I love the Sun Lord. Some people have written me and said, Psychic Bob, we always hear you talk about the Sun Lord. Do you really believe in sun worship? Isn't that some ancient pagan thing that's died out? Well, the truth is, one, I do believe in it. Two, it's not really ancient, it's still ongoing. And in fact, today in modern India, they still have temples to the sun god. Now, some of you are scientifically minded ones, God bless y'all, will say, well, Psychic Bob, that's ridiculous. We know that the sun is nothing but a ball of fire, ain't no divine power, scientists has figured it out. Oh, listen, I do not dispute that is a ball of fire up there. But what I do dispute is that there is no sacred power that animates it and has created it and sustains it. That which sustains the sun is the spirit of the sun god, the sun lord. So there is a sun lord, and there you are. The sun is the visible manifestation of deity. So God, the divine, the Father, the male aspect of divinity, takes a lot of forms. And so yes, we know that the sun is a ball of fire, but what is the energy that sustains it and upholds it? That is the spirit of the Sun Lord. So when we talk about the Sun Lord, I do literally believe in a sun god. And it's not just me, millions of people in India also follow it. I want to encourage you guys to look up Lord Surya, S-U-R-Y-A. I'll put some pictures of him at the end of the video, but he is the ancient sun god and is still worshipped to this very day in India and has temples. So Sun Lord worship is still going on. As I've moved down the street, our Sun Lord is starting to break through the clouds. He's getting more brilliant by the minute, and you can see him. There he is. Isn't that amazing? Hopefully the clouds will totally clear out and he'll be even more brilliant. But we're going to watch the Sun Lord today. We're going to study his energy and his patterns. You know, if you look across this landscape, everything is illuminated. Where is it illuminated from? It's all illuminated from the Sun Lord. If the sun were to go out, we would be plunged into the darkest night you've ever imagined. And the earth would become a cold and barren and lifeless wasteland. So the Sun Lord's energy sustains all of us. And we should be very thankful. The sky today is just spectacular. Look at it. Just beautiful. And as we're getting into summer, everything's getting green. So I'm so glad you guys have come along on our adventure today. For those of you who are interested in studying Wicca, or maybe you're new to Wicca, we believe that deity manifests in two forms, the god and the goddess. And so today we're talking about the god aspect, the masculine principle, the sun god. And the sun god is seen as the illuminator of the earth. The feminine aspect is often called the moon goddess. So this accounts for why many times in occult things you'll see images of suns and moons and stars, because that's believed to be the interplay of the Sun Lord and the Moon Lady. And there's our Sun Lord still shining bright. So might it be. Woo. Well, I'm going to get out of the Sun Lord's way and go into the woods here and cool down a little bit. And by the way, if you look down in the water here, we're crossing this creek near my house. You can see our Sun Lord's image reflected in the water. Hail to the Sun Lord. Hail Lord Surya. I like to call him by his Hindu name, Lord Surya, because that's how he's mostly worshipped in the world today. Now, the Greeks had the sun god, they called him Helios. And the Romans worshipped the sun god, and they called him Sol. That's where we get solar from, solar power. But most of those religious practices have died out. And so if you want to talk about active current pagan sun worship, the Hindus are probably the closest we can get to it. And they call God Surya. Surya, Sol, Helios, it's all the same. So there you go. Now, interestingly, in Wicca, we believe that our gods can take many forms. Many of you have heard me talk about the Green Man and say that he's one of my gods. And I said, well, wait a second, Bob, how can you worship the Green Man and the Sun Lord? Don't you have to choose? Not really, because really they're all one. The Sun Lord comes down to earth and he manifests in the lush greenery. We don't see a paradox in the fact that our Lord can be immanent, meaning here on earth, and yet transcendent in the heavens. He can be here and there at the same time. The Wicca say you can honor them as separate deities, but really they're actually all one. There's one God, one goddess ultimately, I believe. So the sun god is here even in the plants. And the life of the sun nourishes and sustains the plants. So it's like the god feeds the god. It's all interconnected. You know, as I walk along and look at these massive oak trees that line the path through the park, it reminds me that all of the earth pays homage to the Sun Lord. Why do the trees grow tall? They're reaching for the sun. Why do humans walk upright? We are reaching for the sun. I believe as life on earth evolved, it recognized the power inherent in the sun, and all things on earth reach for the sun. Birds fly high into the air, as high as they can go. They're trying to reach for the sun. The trees are reaching for the sun, and we too reach for the sun. Just my 2 cents on that. And you notice how the Sun Lord's influence is felt even in the deep dark of woods. Here we're in a very shady area, but you'll still notice patches of light where our Sun Lord's rays are creeping. And as we look ahead, there's a bright open expanse where even more of his light comes. The Sun Lord has the ability to reach into the places that only he knows how to get to, and our eyes see his presence. Even in the deepest and darkest forest, you will find evidence of the Sun Lord, I promise you. Oh, in Tubies, I've come to a clearing, and again I can see our Sun Lord. He's still got a few clouds around him, but he's definitely illuminating our way. Hail the Sun Lord. Hail! Hail the Sun Lord. Hail. So mote it be. Well, here we are up at the shopping center. We're by the Exxon, and let's see what our gas prices are doing. Here we are at Exxon. Looks like regular is $2.71, plus is $3.49, and Supreme is $3.65. I don't know about you guys, but that seems kind of pricey to me. But then again, I haven't driven in a long time and have no interest in driving. Cars and me, we just don't get on. I've had more drama dealing with cars. Anyways, I think it's time for some lunch. All this walking under the Sun Lord's rays has stirred up an appetite in Psychic Bob. So come on along. Well, Tubies, here I am at Fox Chase Shopping Center. I'm at the high point of the territory here. And look at this amazing sky today. Just beautiful. There's our Sun Lord. He's being overtaken by clouds again, but he's back there. But it's just a beautiful day. You know, as many of you know, I love Lord Dionysus. And I was reading recently that Lord Dionysus is believed to be connected to the Green Man. That the Green Man is an aspect of Lord Dionysus. I like that idea, because if that's true, that also means that Lord Dionysus is connected to the sun. See what I'm saying? All the gods are one god. Even though the ancient Greeks had the god Helios as the official sun god, you know, the tie-in with the Green Man, It's all connected. That's what I think. Oh, look at this, guys. We got a sale going. Oh, we're outside Pier 1. I almost walked by this. Up to 50% off. Ooh, I might have to get something for the Sun Lord altar there today. Maybe a golden candle or some little trinket. Then we'll stop in there maybe later. Right now, Psychic Bob got to have some food. And I tell you, where else would you find Psychic Bob out and about on a beautiful day at lunchtime other than Faux There we go. Woo! Love my Faux Look at that. That looks really good. This is my favorite Vietnamese restaurant. Look at that. Yum. Psychic Bob's going to go in and have some lunch today. So come on along, guys. Oh, Tubies, I'm so excited. Look what has arrived. My food has arrived. I got the N5. His name is like Ban Nhong Cha Gyo. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Forgive me for any Vietnamese people. I'm trying to remember the name. And I got me a black ice milk tea. Oh, it is some kind of good. Psychic Bob is having the best time. And I got some cool water on a hot day. We're taking a little shelter from the Sun Lord. And I got my lucky chopsticks. Now, if you come to Faux they provide you chopsticks, but see how they're soldered together in a sense? You have to break them open. Oops. Oh, it's hard to do this. I'm going to have to use both hands here. Let's see if I can break this open. Oh, there they go. They just popped. Did you hear them? And now we got our chopsticks. So Psychic Bob, we're going to eat like a king today at Faux Good. And no Faux is complete without my favorite sauce, hoisin sauce. They got a big bottle here. We're going to put this on my dish. Now this is a wonderful dish. It's made of vermicelli, rice noodles, carrots, cucumbers, some chicken pieces, some egg roll. It's a little bit of everything. And it's so good. And you add hoisin sauce, which is a Vietnamese sauce. It's delicious. It's kind of like a type of a soy sauce, but a little thicker and a little sweeter. And it's got a little bit of a mild plum flavoring to it. I love it. Good. Now I got my chopsticks. I can dig in. Ooh, let's see. Ooh, that looks really good. Oh, that's a big piece. There we go. See, Psychic Bob can eat with chopsticks. I love it. more hoisin sauce. Psychic Bob loves his hoisin sauce. I go a little crazy at this sauce. I really do. But it's some kind of good. Tubies, that lunch was amazing. I'm just now in my after lunch lull. You know when you're in the kind of semi-comatose state after a good meal? Well, I'm just there and I'm sipping on my black milk iced tea and just relaxing. You know, we've been talking about all things solar and in the sky today, and I've been working on a really cool vintage book. It's by Arthur C. Clarke. It's called Reach for Tomorrow. It's a collection of science fiction stories. And Arthur C. Clarke's actually a very famous science fiction author. He was actually a physicist at Oxford University, I think, or Cambridge, one of the big schools. And he also ended up writing science fiction. So there's a lot of real science and metaphysical theories and physical theories. This is a great book. It's a collection of his early days stories. It's from the 1950s. I love the old vintage 1950s. But anyways, just curious if any of you out there are science fiction fans, and have you read Arthur C. Clarke? Tell me in the box below if you've read Arthur C. Clarke. You know, I've seen his books on the shelves for years every time I go to bookstores, but I never bought them, and I don't know why, because all his books have really cool covers. I mean, you know, they say don't judge a book by the cover, but his cover art's always amazing. This is like looks like a planet here with kind of like a space station and people coming out of the space station. Kind of wild looking. There's a spacecraft back there, a rocket. Anyways, cool collection of stories. He was actually knighted by the Queen, so he is actually Sir Arthur C. Clarke. I believe he's a Knight Bachelor for literature, contributions to literature. Anyways, he's been writing since the 1950s, and he died just a few years ago in his 90s. Amazing man. Anyways, check out his books if you're not familiar. I really recommend them. Arthur C. Clarke. Really, anything he writes is pretty good. And Tubi's no trip to Faux would be complete without offering a prayer of thanksgiving to the mystical Lord Buddha. Here's our mystical golden Buddha. Here's reflections of the Sun Lord. And today I say, great and mystical Buddha, I offer prayers for all my YouTubers. I ask that you grant them a blessing today, that they may have peace and prosperity and all good things in their lives. And may in your wisdom all things be worked to the good. So mote it be. And of course we must reverentially bow to the Buddha. Well, that was a really awesome lunch, guys. Now we're out into the sun. Oh my God, it's so bright I can't see a thing. There's our sun up there shining bright. Faux you gotta come here. It's a great restaurant. You see, Vietnamese restaurant, Faux And up there's their sign. It's the best. I love it. Always have a great lunch here. Well guys, I've so enjoyed having you come along on this little adventure today. It's getting awful warm. I think I'm going to head home and get out of the heat and get this video posted. There you can see our Sun Lord high in the sky, looking beautiful, shining his radiance down on us. He's been challenged by the clouds today, but you know what? He still reigns supreme. Well guys, listen, thanks for being here. Listen, help me out. Please like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe. Be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. Also, if you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, I still have a few openings for this week. Give me a call, 703-825-3929, or visit my website, PsychicBob.com. And if you're over there, you can also contact me through my new web contact form. At the bottom of each page, there's a form you fill out and it'll send me an email. So contact me or write to me at PsychicBobHickman@gmail.com. Anyways, guys, I look forward to hearing from you. I tell you, I'm tempted by this sale, but Psychic Bob's going to keep walking. Thanks for being here. I'll see you guys soon. Oh, by the way, check out my BitChute page. I'm slowly migrating to BitChute. I'll have that link below, so check it out. Psychic Bob is on BitChute. My BitChute channel, if you're looking for it, is just Psychic Bob. It's all one word, Psychic Bob. Check me out. See you over there. Blessed be.